Yeah. Okay. Thank you for taking this opportunity to share your journey and experiences.
My pleasure.
All right. I have a few questions here that I want to ask you. How were you introduced to the art of intuitive body unwinding?
So I met Lester at a gathering after the fruit festival of friends at the beach, and in casual conversation he was talking about what he did and talked about this unwinding process and offered a demo on my friend Erin. I hear you, sweetie. Yeah. And I kind of saw what they were doing. Yeah, he's getting a session right now. Yeah, and Betsy's right here. And he's asked if I wanted a demo, and I was like, no, I want the whole full experience. I hear you, sweetie. Let's be quiet because I'm answering some questions, please. And we'll see Daddy soon.
Yeah. It's coming soon.
So it really was just like a happenstance encounter, and I think it was all kind of divinely guided, and I'm really just grateful that I met him and got to learn about it through the experience.
Okay, cool. As I go along all these questions, you might answer some of them already ahead of time, but I'll ask them anyways. Okay, in your own words, how would you describe what the art of intuitive body unwinding is?
I would describe it as like a whole mind, body, spirit experience. It's like a dance. It's an exercise of trusting and surrendering and releasing and letting go. It has a lot, from my experience, a lot of releasing stored emotions and like learning. Hey, sweetie, I'd really like it if you could be quiet for a couple minutes while I answer some questions. I know you really want Daddy. I feel like I never really learned how to process emotions. So as an adult, this experience really helped like identify sensations in my body and then like make a sound or move a certain way and release it, and it was really, really amazing. It's just amazing.
Awesome. I like that. Okay. And what drew you into pursuing it for yourself?
When Lester was talking about what he does, I'm just really interested in living a life of freedom and trust and love and like letting all the baggage, the stuff go. I hear you. We can have milk. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I just like I'm open to receiving whatever is gonna help me suffer less and experience more freedom and happiness. So that's why I wanted to do it.
Okay. Cool. What has it looked like or felt like in your experience?
My very first time, I sat on the massage table. He put his hands on my shoulder, and I like flipped backwards, and I was just like, whoa, I was not expecting that. So full of surprises, just like moving in different ways and feeling different things, moving on the table, moving off the table, making faces. It's looked, I guess I'm grateful that I have a background in movement and dance, so I think I'm lucky that I feel free to do that and give myself permission to move in ways that might look or be different. But yeah, I guess I would equate it to kind of like a dance, like a modern dance.
Right. And then have that support through the whole time.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, definitely with the support. That's worth mentioning because, yeah, just feeling safe. And even though it's like the body's doing it, it's just an extra, support system to like let go of my mind and feel guided.
Wow. Okay. Do you have anything to share about the connections between physical side and emotional side, or even spiritual side?
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of was hoping it would just be a physical thing because the emotion stuff is like scary for me, and I think a lot of people. And so the first kind of few sessions were, I guess, a little bit more surface level physical, but then when I really let myself feel some things and get weird, I don't think Betsy wants to eat those leaves right now. But thank you for offering.
She's playing.
Yeah,
she loves playing.
Oh.
Betsy loves playing with leaves.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't eat them.
You're just playing.
Yeah. See, she just bites them off a little and then she just throws it away.
That's
she
so
wants to
cute.
play. Yeah.
Okay. You know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just kind of a shame and a disservice that we separated the fields of, like psychology and mental health work and like spirituality and physical body work.
Yeah.
And really, I think it's important that we remember it's all connected. I hear you want more durian. We can get more durian after this interview when we go to Maymay's house. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations to anyone who might be curious?
Absolutely, you must do this. I feel like your life probably depends on it if you're curious. I am the type of person who's very interested in, like I said, learning whatever I can to help myself or investigate new modalities just to address whatever it is, like traumas, big T traumas, small T traumas that I'm not even aware of, like just having an awareness that my operating system might not be as optimal as I think it could be, and maybe not quite sure. And like doing all the new agey things like massage therapy, chiropractic, positive psychology, affirmations, all these things I think are like band-aids.
Right.
But really if you have like an open wound and you put a band-aid on it, but then you take it off and you cut it open again, it's like you're not really stopping the cutting. But I feel like this helps you stop cutting yourself because you're able to express whatever that is and let it go instead of like keep hurting yourself. Yeah. So I think actually Lester too mentioned the analogy of the chiropractic work with me, or someone, I don't know, but when someone else manipulates your body with their mental concept of what's right, your body is going to try to protect itself. So it might go at where that person wants it to go for a moment, but it's going to go back because it has that stored memory of like, this is how I'm protecting myself. But with the intuitive body unwinding, you're giving your body a chance to use its wisdom and its own like repairing software to put it back into place. And he's just like helping facilitate that. He's not saying like, crack, crack, boom, boom. You know, it's very gentle.
So it will align itself after that emotional trauma has released.
Yeah.
Or when it's moved out of the body.
Yeah.
Somehow it's kind of housed there until it's gone.
Gentle, yes, sweetie. I know you're really excited.
And then
Gentle, yes.
then the body will align itself. It doesn't need force with chiropractic, is what you're saying, right?
It is, and I almost like, I felt so sad for myself. All the money that I wasted and all those visits, like, because that might even be more trauma that my body is experiencing. We can listen to this song when we're done. I know. Thank you for telling me everything you want. Durian and the cow song. Yeah.
Okay. Were you done with that one?
I think so. I feel complete.
Okay. We are calling it intuitive. Does it live up to it, or is there a better description?
Oh, I think it's a great description. I remember every time I start a session, I'm in my head. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. But then as soon as it starts, it's like I'm able to get back in my body and it just does it. And I can let go of the idea that I need to make decisions. I need to decide what to do. So I would say intuitive is definitely the right word.
Nice.
And it's cool to see because Reiki gets the intuitive body unwinding too. And you can just see it's so intuitive. Like she's not deciding what to do based on years of schooling or knowledge collection from other people. It's like that's the best example I think to witness is a young person. I'm here, sweetie.
Okay. What would you say to someone who had a session or two didn't feel like anything happened for them?
Keep going, because I also feel like the first two were just like getting the hang of it, just starting to open up, and I really actually think it was the third session where it felt really transformative and like, wow, okay, I'm gonna stick with this. And I think I have like a lot of layers to peel off, so you might just be like getting started to be able to crack open.
And then maybe also the trust and stuff, it takes a bit to start. If it's a new person, that makes total sense.
She's reading questions.
Okay, I understand that you've had a good number of sessions. And have you encountered anything uncomfortable or anything that made you want to go back?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been times where I'm like, I don't want to do this. But I feel like the only way out is through. It's like, what's the alternative is to stay suffering either in physical pain. Yeah, we're going to go home. Or... yeah, we're going to go home. Thank you for your patience. You can go look at
This
the
is
flowers.
all supposed to be. Everything is meant to be. This is all a purpose.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, like, yeah, it's definitely been uncomfortable. I know at one point I was, like, feeling dizzy and nauseous and, like, tense and, like, actual uncomfortable physical sensations. But after the session, I'm like, wow, I feel super light and, like, a release and relieved. And so, yeah, sometimes you have to go through the hard part to get out the other side.
Right. Okay. Awesome. As a woman, have you felt safe and honored and free to use your voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. In any comments on the cellular memory? I have a hard time saying that word. Memory or traumas that might surface for me or any personal experience.
Say it again.
Any comments on cellular memory or traumas that might surface for me or any personal experience?
I think that, yeah, like traumas surface, uncomfortable memories. Reiki! I hear you. We're almost done, sweetie. Thank you for your patience.
Do you want to come with me today? Yeah? Alright.
Yeah, things come up, and sometimes you want to sit? No, okay. It can be uncomfortable, but like I said, it's worth it to go through and get out the other side.
Yeah.
And then even sometimes I'd feel like a really intense emotion, but not know what memory or was related to. So both.
So that can happen.
Like memories popping up or just the emotions.
Or just the body is expressing something. No, the mind has no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. What do you have to say if something surfaces that makes it feel like the person supporting you is causing the trauma?
That's so funny because the last session I was like, I know you're not doing it, but I'm mad at you for bringing it up, and it's hard for me. So I think just voicing it, like just naming it, and then even if you really do believe, I mean, I'm kind of like a firm believer in taking 100% responsibility for my experience, but if you're like, I think you're causing this, just say it and they'll help you work through it. Because I could see that happening. It's like so much easier to point a finger and say, you made me do this, or you caused this, I don't want to be experiencing this, but just like say it and then feel that and then get it out.
What if it's something that has happened to you as a child and now it's just resurfacing and now it feels like this person that's supporting you is actually doing it? That, wow.
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you would like to share with our listeners?
Thank you for listening to this interview. I know it's a little unconventional. Reiki, what do you think about Lester? Did you have fun? Yeah? You did the dance? I mean, I'm just so grateful that God put Lester in my path and that I got to experience the transformations that I already have, and I look forward to continued work together. He's really helped Reiki. She had a tongue tie and a lip tie and some palate stuff, and I have similar issues that I didn't even know about. No dentist in my life ever pointed that out to me. So together I've been working on that stuff, jaw, palate, and then Reiki too has been experiencing shifts. Obviously, I'm happy to experience it myself, but it's also really magical and magnificent to see the results on my daughter and just to see the benefits that she's experiencing. Like the other day, she was just eating food normally and was like starting to gag on her food, which is weird. And he's like, oh yeah, that just released like that. The upper palate was pulling on this, and now the maxillary whatever snapped back into place. So it's like just some like little things that, you know, might be affecting you, and you just kind of like, oh, whatever, it is the way it is. But then when you feel the freedom from that, you're like, oh, that's what's possible. And it just feels like it can keep getting better and better as you move into more trust, more freedom, more love. And by giving yourself this gift to experience the processing, the unwinding, the result is so worth it, even through those hard moments. And every time before, I'm like, maybe I don't want to do it. It might be hard. But then it's like you just have to let go of all those thoughts or share them and work through it. It's just like the most beautiful thing. And I wish everyone knew about it, and I wish everyone had this like as an integral part of growing up.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
I totally agree.
Are you still doing some unwinding? Wee. Down,
Okay.
dog.
That is the end of my questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too.
And for all the experience that everyone got just by watching us and her being around and having all this different extra stuff.
If it's bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.